All right, welcome back to the 2 Minute Warning, episode 277. Back on the topic of baseball again, one of my favorite to talk about. Huge moves in the pitching world. Liam Hendriks on the move to Chicago. Huge addition to this White Sox team, without a doubt. Of course, over the last 2 years, Liam Hendriks is. Last year, you can't even argue it. Maybe 2 years ago, you could possibly make an argument. But he's the best reliever in baseball right now, no doubt. White Sox sign him. $39 million over 3 years, but with the addition of a player option and a buyout, Liam Hendriks will be receiving $54 million over the next 3 years, whether it be from the White Sox or if he opts out of the contract in the fourth year, somebody else will have to buy out that $15 million. But Liam Hendriks is getting paid, and the White Sox have acquired the best closer reliever in the game right now, no doubt. And this is going to make the White Sox really good. Obviously, this team was already in contention last year. With the addition of the young outfielders. I mean, just looking at the White Sox current lineup, you got the American League MVP and Jose Abreu, had an absolute breakout season last year. You got the shortstop sensation in Tim Anderson, and then, of course, in the outfield, you've got veteran Adam Eaton. You've got young player Luis Robert, who had a breakout season last year. You've got Eloy Jimenez, DH, outfield, whatever, also had a great season last year. And then, of course, you've got veteran catcher Yasmani Grandal, another notable player, Yohan Moncada at third base. This White Sox team is looking dangerous. Obviously, last year, they went out in the wild card round against the A's, Liam Hendriks' former team. And, of course, Liam Hendriks pitched well then, eventually moving on from the White Sox. So the White Sox were already a playoff team, looking like the best team in their division. I mean, with the exception of the Twins, the AL Central is pretty irrelevant, with the exception of the White Sox and the Twins, of course. So White Sox, I give the edge over Minnesota. White Sox are going to be the best team in this division, especially with this addition. Of course, Hendriks joining not joining the starting rotation, but joining a team with a starting rotation that includes Lucas Giolito, no-hitter last year, young guy, really great pitcher. Dallas Keuchel, a guy that I've liked since he was a Houston Astro. 2015 American League Cy Young, a winner with the Astros, and then, of course, joining Lance Lynn, another solid pitcher. So the starting rotation is there for the White Sox. The lineup is there for the White Sox. The outfield is there for the White Sox. The defense is there for the White Sox. And now the relief pitching is going to be there for the White Sox. This is a team that I think might win the American League this year. Can they rival the Dodgers for a World Series? I don't know. Can they win the American League? I think it's absolutely there. The Astros, who, of course, they would have met had they beaten the A's this year in the wild card round. The Astros just lost, or are going to lose, George Springer. So that's going to take a big toll for them. So the Astros are just going to be a shell of what they have been. And, of course, you can argue they've been nothing because they cheated, whatever. So the Astros are going to be out of the picture. So I think now with Hendriks moving on from the A's, say theoretically White Sox meet the A's again next postseason, they'll move past them. Then divisional round, say, I don't know, maybe they meet Houston again. They could have met New York, Tampa, whatever. I think the White Sox can make a very, very good run this year, especially with the addition of Hendriks, of course. Hendriks, a guy, of course, won 2020 reliever of the year. Like I said, the year before was ranked first in ERA, opponent WAR. He's the top of the game at his position. There's no doubt about it. He's only 32 years old. Getting there age-wise, yes, but he's got 4 or 5 good years in him, 100%, assuming he stays healthy. I mean, the guy is he's built like a brute. I mean, he's a muscular guy. He doesn't wear anything flashy. He just gets on the mound and pumps 97, 98 miles an hour, and he just gets out. It's simple as that. Simple player, strong player, and he's just a fantastic pitcher. Last year he threw 25-plus innings, 37 strikeouts, only 3 walks, and a 1.78 opponent ERA. This is, of course, in a shortened 60-game season, but still very impressive. He's a guy that can go multiple innings if needed. He loves pitching the ninth inning, loves closing out games, loves being on the mound when the team needs him the most. Love that about him. And then, of course, his most common pitches, four-seam fastball, he throws over 50% of the time, runs up to 97, 98, 99. And then his slider and his two-seam are his next most common pitches, of course, supplemented with a curveball and a changeup. But his four-seam, slider, and two-seam fastball are his most common pitches. Very deadly. But again, this is huge for the White Sox. When you have the young lineup that they have, the young defense, and then, of course, the starting rotation, which not quite veteran Dallas Keuchel, but he's been around a while. Same thing with Lance Lynn. And then, of course, Lucas Giolito with the no-hitter last year. And then you've got a guy like Liam Hendriks behind it. I think this is huge for the White Sox. And I'm certainly not a White Sox fan, but I'm very excited with what they can do. Of course, with all the representation they got last year, Jose Abreu with the AL MVP really came out of nowhere. Obviously, he's been solid, but I did not expect that. And then, of course, this Liam Hendriks guy that I was watching, of course, last year, being an Astros fan, watching him give the Astros so much trouble when he was on the mound. Of course, Astros moved past the A's, but I just love watching the guy pitch, and I'm really excited what he can do this year with the Astros. Comment below what you guys think this means for the White Sox. Again, Liam Hendriks, the free agent, signs with the White Sox. 2-minute warning. Thanks.